Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What do you want your life to look like at the end of this year? I'm not talking about vague dreams or far-off goals. I'm talking about your real life, the life you wake up to every morning. If you want to change your life, the first step is to get crystal clear on what you're aiming for. Clarity is power because it eliminates uncertainty and gives you a definitive direction to move toward. Most people drift through life without a true sense of purpose, and that's why they stay stuck. They may have vague dreams or desires, but without a clear vision, they're like a ship without a compass, aimlessly floating, hoping to arrive somewhere meaningful. To break free from that cycle, you have to know exactly who you want to be and what you want to achieve. This isn't about setting a general goal. It's about creating a vivid, specific image of your future self. Picture it. See it in your mind's eye. What does your best self look like? How do they carry themselves? What kind of energy do they bring into a room? What habits, skills, and routines define their days? Dive into the details. The clearer the image, the stronger the pull it will have on you. Your brain works best when it has a specific target to aim for. When you define what success looks like for you, you activate a part of your brain called the reticular activating system. RAS. This is like your internal filter, helping you notice opportunities, resources, and connections that align with your vision. Without that clarity, your RAS has nothing to focus on. When you know who you want to become, you can start making intentional choices that align with that vision. You begin to evaluate every decision, every action, and every habit through the lens of whether it brings you closer to or further from your goals. It's a powerful shift in perspective. Clarity doesn't just give you direction, it gives you energy and focus. Transformation doesn't happen in one grand moment. It's the result of consistent, deliberate effort over time. Small steps might seem insignificant at first, but they have the power to create monumental change when done daily. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in one day. In fact, trying to do too much at once often leads to burnout and failure. Instead, pick one small, manageable action that aligns with your goals and commit to it. The beauty of starting small is that it feels achievable, even when life gets busy or overwhelming. Every small step you take builds momentum. It's like pushing a heavy boulder at first, hard to get moving, but once it's rolling, it becomes almost effortless. The same principle applies to habits. One small, consistent action creates a ripple effect, making it easier to take the next step and the one after that. This consistency compounds over time. A 1% improvement every day might not seem like much in the moment, but over weeks, months, and years, it can lead to extraordinary growth. What matters is showing up every day and doing the work, no matter how small it feels. You don't need to see results immediately to know you're on the right path. Trust the process. Small steps repeated consistently become habits, and habits shape your identity. They are the building blocks of success. When you focus on small daily actions, you shift your mindset from short-term results to long-term transformation. It's not about doing everything perfectly, it's about doing something. This approach allows you to overcome resistance, reduce the fear of failure, and build the discipline needed to create lasting change. Every small step moves you closer to becoming the person you want to be. One of the most effective ways to build new habits is by stacking them onto existing ones. This concept leverages the routines you already have, making it easier to incorporate new behaviors without completely disrupting your life. Your brain thrives on patterns, and when you attach a new habit to something you already do regularly, it creates a natural flow that feels seamless. This is the power of habit stacking. It reduces friction, simplifies the process, and ensures consistency. Think about the routines that are already part of your day. Maybe you brew a cup of coffee every morning, brush your teeth, or commute to work. These are moments that can become anchors for new habits. For instance, if you want to start practicing gratitude, you could write down 3 things you're thankful for while waiting for your coffee to brew. If you want to incorporate stretching into your day, you could do it right after brushing your teeth. The idea is to pair the new behavior with something that's already ingrained in your routine, so it becomes second nature. By stacking habits, you eliminate the mental resistance of figuring out when or how to fit something new into your day. It also strengthens the connection between the old routine and the new habit, making it harder to forget. Over time, the new habit becomes just as automatic as the original routine. Habit stacking isn't just about efficiency. It's about creating a chain reaction of positive behaviors. One small habit leads to another, and soon you've built a series of actions that work together to support your goals. This method makes it easier to sustain momentum, even when life feels chaotic, because your habits are tied to anchors that remain constant in your daily life. Tracking your progress is one of the most powerful ways to stay consistent and motivated when building new habits. When you measure what you're doing, you gain clarity about where you stand and how far you've come. This simple act of keeping track transforms an abstract goal into something tangible and measurable, allowing you to see the real impact of your efforts over time. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. By tracking even small wins, you give yourself a reason to celebrate and stay connected to your goals. Tracking can take many forms. It might be a physical checklist, a habit tracking app, or simply jotting down your progress in a journal. What matters most is that you create a system that works for you. For example, if you're trying to build the habit of exercising daily, you can mark off every day you work out on a calendar. Seeing those marks accumulate creates a visual representation of your effort, and the satisfaction of maintaining a streak becomes its own source of motivation. When you track your habits, you also create a feedback loop. You can see what's working and what's not. If you notice that you're consistently skipping a particular habit, it's an opportunity to reflect and adjust. Maybe the habit needs to be broken down into smaller steps, or perhaps it needs to be tied to a different trigger. Tracking allows you to make these adjustments in real time, ensuring that you stay on course. Beyond motivation and accountability, tracking also builds a sense of pride and accomplishment. Each small step forward, each box checked, and each day log reinforces the belief that you're capable of change. This growing confidence fuels your momentum, making it easier to push through challenges and stay committed to your habits. Motivation can be a powerful spark, but it's not something you can rely on to sustain long-term change. Motivation comes and goes. It's unpredictable and often fleeting. The real key to lasting success is building systems that keep you moving forward, even on the days when you don't feel like it. Systems are the structures and routines you put in place to support your habits, making it easier to do the right thing than the wrong thing. A well-designed system removes the friction that often derails good intentions. For example, if you want to start exercising in the morning, set out your workout clothes the night before. If you're working on eating healthier, stock your kitchen with nutritious options and plan your meals in advance. These small adjustments in your environment reduce decision fatigue and make the desired behavior feel automatic. Systems also create consistency. When you rely solely on motivation, you're at the mercy of your mood, your energy levels, and the unpredictable events of the day. A system, on the other hand, operates like a default mode. It doesn't require you to make a choice every time. You simply follow the plan you've already set in motion. Over time, this consistency compounds, creating momentum and reinforcing your commitment to your goals. By focusing on systems, you shift your mindset from willpower to preparation. You start anticipating obstacles and designing solutions in advance. If distractions are a problem, you create a dedicated workspace or set boundaries around your time. If staying consistent with a habit feels overwhelming, you break it down into manageable steps and attach it to an existing routine. A strong system doesn't depend on how you feel in the moment. It works because it's designed to make success inevitable. The present moment is where all change begins. Too often, people delay action waiting for the right time to start, but the truth is, the perfect time never arrives. Life is happening right now, and every decision you make today is shaping your future, whether you realize it or not. The power of now lies in its ability to create momentum. Even the smallest action taken today can set a chain reaction in motion, leading to bigger and more meaningful changes over time. It's easy to get stuck in a cycle of overthinking or procrastination, telling yourself that you'll begin tomorrow, next week, or when circumstances feel more favorable. But waiting only prolongs the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Time is your most precious resource, and the longer you wait to act, the more opportunities slip by unnoticed. Taking action today doesn't mean doing something grand or life-changing all at once. It means starting with what you have where you are and taking one small step forward. The beauty of starting now is that it creates clarity and builds confidence. Once you begin, the fear of failure or the overwhelm of starting often fades. Action leads to progress, and progress fuels motivation. When you take ownership of the present moment, you begin to realize how much control you truly have over your life. Instead of being at the mercy of external circumstances, you become the architect of your future. By acting now, you send a powerful message to yourself that your goals and dreams are important, that you're committed to growth, and that you're willing to take responsibility for your own success. Every moment you delay is a missed opportunity, but every action you take today brings you one step closer to becoming the person you want to be.